Nature's beauty might seem enchanting, but it hides some seriously shocking truths. Every step you take in the wild could be your last, and today, we're diving into the most jaw-dropping animal falls ever caught on camera. Think about it. Powerful predators like lions and bears, fragile little creatures, and even those majestic elephants. It's a wild ride, showcasing the ultimate test of survival. Get ready to witness the drama unfold as we explore the intense world of Animal Cliff Falls, where the stakes are high and nature's raw power is on full display. You won't want to miss these heart-stopping moments. In this heart-stopping footage, we see a daring mountain goat attempting an almost vertical ascent up a rocky crag. Its hooves find purchase on the narrow ledge, but the footing is treacherous, and a slip could spell disaster. Suddenly, the unthinkable happens. The goat loses its balance and plummets over the edge. But in a remarkable display of athleticism, it manages to scramble and regain its footing before hitting the ground. Just inches from disaster, the goat stammers away, shaken but alive. This close call serves as a reminder that even the most skilled climbers can face unexpected challenges, and that sometimes the greatest victories come from simply avoiding defeat. Watch as this leopard attempts to navigate a rocky terrain while carrying its prey. But the precarious climb proves too much for the unwary cat, and it loses its grip on the slope. The leopard plummets downward, dangling helplessly by its mouth until it can regain its footing. Miraculously, both the leopard and the impala survive the fall, leaving the viewers in awe of their resilience and adaptability. In this heart-stopping footage, a brave mountain biker encounters a black bear on a narrow ledge high above the ground. As he cautiously approaches the bear, it suddenly makes a move. The bear lunges forward, causing both the biker and the bear to lose their balance and tumble over the edge. In a stunning display of agility and reflexes, the biker manages to right himself mid-air and land safely on the ground. But the bear's fate is less fortunate. It hits the rocks below and suffers a potentially fatal blow. The incident highlights the incredible power and unpredictability of nature and serves as a reminder to always be prepared when venturing into the great outdoors. This astonishing footage captures the moment when a daredevil monkey attempts to leap across a wide ravine. With a powerful swing, the monkey flies through the air, but its target branch is further away than anticipated. As it hangs, suspended mid-jump, it desperately tries to adjust its position, but gravity takes hold and the monkey plummets to the ground below. Despite the seemingly perilous fall, the monkey miraculously survives, albeit shaken but unharmed. Witness the terrifying ordeal of a hiker who finds himself stranded on a narrow ledge high above the ground. As he tries to make his way to safety, a rock beneath him gives way, sending him tumbling over the edge. But in a heart-stopping turn of events, he manages to grab onto a tree branch, suspending himself just above the ground. With adrenaline pumping and determination etched on his face, he slowly makes his way back to the ledge and eventually to safety. This awe-inspiring feat of endurance and determination is a testament to the power of human resilience in the face of danger. Get ready to witness the ultimate showdown between a leopard and a baboon. The leopard leaps through the air, aiming to capture its prey, but the baboon's agile movements leave the cat empty-pawed. In retaliation, the baboons counterattack, sending the leopard crashing to the ground. As the leopard regains its composure, the baboon troop descends from the cliff, leaving the frustrated feline to slink back into the undergrowth. A herd of cows stands precariously on a steep incline when one of them slips and begins to slide down the hill. But instead of succumbing to the pull of gravity, the cow miraculously stops in its tracks and manages to scramble back onto solid ground. The close call serves as a reminder of the incredible agility and resilience of these gentle giants. A majestic snow leopard stalks its prey on a mountainside, but its movements are hindered by the treacherous terrain. As it advances, the snow leopard loses its footing and slides dangerously close to the edge of a cliff. With only a few inches to spare, the cat manages to stop its descent and scramble to safety, narrowly escaping a potentially fatal fall. Get ready for a nail-biting encounter as a leopard attempts to scale a rocky cliff face while carrying its prey. But as it reaches the top, a rival male appears and challenges the climber. The two cats engage in a fierce battle, sending both leopards tumbling over the edge. Miraculously, both felines survive the fall, leaving spectators stunned by their sheer determination and fighting spirit. Hold on tight as a daring snowboarder ventures down a treacherous slope. But suddenly, a rogue snowboarder cuts across his path, causing him to lose control and plummet over the edge. As he tumbles down the hill, his snowboard flies off and lands on a waiting car. Miraculously, he emerges unscathed, proving that sometimes gravity has a sense of humor. Brace yourself for an extraordinary showdown between a mountain goat and a golden eagle. As the eagle swoops down to seize the goat, the nimble mountain goat leaps onto a nearby rock. But the eagle is persistent and dives after its prey. The chase continues with the eagle momentarily snatching the goat before being sent flying by the determined mountain goat. The standoff ends with the eagle retreating and the goat standing victorious. Watch in suspense as a hiker finds himself stranded on a narrow ledge high above the ground. With limited options, he decides to make a daring leap across to an adjacent ledge, but his foot slips and he hangs precariously by one hand. Summoning all his strength, he slowly pulls himself back onto the ledge and stammers away, shaken but unharmed. A herd of horses is making its way across this wild, raging river, and suddenly, one of them slips on the slippery, muddy banks. Instead of freaking out like you might expect, this brave horse stays super calm. It digs in those powerful legs and manages to stop itself from sliding down the current. Can you believe that? It's like it knows exactly what to do. Emerging from the water without a scratch, this horse shows us all how incredible self-control and balance can be in a tough situation. It's a real testament to the strength and grace of these magnificent animals. Get ready for a white-knuckle ride as a mountain biker races down a steep downhill track. But suddenly he hits a root and loses control, sending him flying over the handlebars. He bounces and slides along the ground before coming to a stop. Miraculously, he walks away with only minor injuries, leaving spectators in awe of his biking skills and resilience. Witness the raw power of nature as a massive boulder dislodges from a cliff face and hurtles toward a group of unsuspecting hikers. The hikers scattered, desperately trying to escape the rolling boulder. One hiker, however, is not so lucky and is struck by the rock, sending him tumbling down the hill. Despite the impact, he manages to get back on his feet and hike away, shaken but remarkably unharmed. This harrowing footage captures the moment when a hiker finds himself dangling precariously from a cliff edge. After losing his footing, he manages to grab onto a small ledge, suspending himself hundreds of feet above the ground. With calm determination, he slowly makes his way to safety, reminding us that courage and self-assurance can conquer even the most daunting challenges. Prepare to be amazed by the sheer determination of a mountain goat as it navigates a treacherous cliff face. With sure-footed grace, the goat leaps and bounds across narrow ledges, defying the laws of gravity at every turn. But suddenly, in a heart-stopping moment, the goat loses its footing and hangs suspended mid-air. With a final burst of effort, the goat manages to scramble onto a ledge, proving that sometimes the greatest victories come from overcoming the most daunting obstacles. A fearless mountain biker takes on an extreme downhill course when a wheel lands on a buried log. The impact sends the biker flying over the handlebars, but instead of hitting the ground, he miraculously lands on a pile of leaves, cushioning his fall. Shaken but unharmed, he picks himself up and rides away, leaving onlookers in disbelief. Experience the raw power of nature as a lightning strike sends a bolt of electricity crashing into a forest. Amidst the chaos, a curious deer stands motionless, having been struck by the lightning. Despite the dramatic event, the deer survives the encounter, leaving spectators both awestruck and deeply impressed by the resilience of wildlife. Get ready for an extraordinary showdown as a baboon troop squares off against a hungry leopard. The leopard leaps and crashes into the troop, sending baboons flying through the air. But the baboons retaliate and drive the leopard away. The leopard returns, but is met with a shower of rocks from the baboons, forcing the cat to flee once again. Defeated, the leopard retreats. A tense standoff ensues when a leopard climbs a tree to escape the wrath of a raging elephant. The elephant bellows and brandishes its tusks, determined to teach the cat a lesson. But the leopard remains perched on the tree, unfazed by the elephant's fury. The standoff ends with the elephant backing away, acknowledging the leopard's aerial advantage. A daring mountain biker zips down a winding trail, feeling that rush of adrenaline, you know? Suddenly, his front tire drops into a sneaky hole, and whoosh, he's flying over the handlebars. But instead of crashing down hard, he miraculously rolls to a stop on a soft patch of grass. Heart racing, he takes a moment to catch his breath, shakes off the shock, and gets back on his bike. The crowd watching lets out a collective sigh of relief, grateful he's okay. It's a wild reminder of how unpredictable biking can be, right? But that's what makes it so thrilling. A skier takes off down a breathtaking, powdery slope, the chill of the mountain air whipping past him. Suddenly, he hits a patch of ice and starts sliding out of control, heading dangerously close to a steep ravine. But in that heart-stopping moment, he taps into his instincts, quickly shifting his weight and using his poles to regain control. It's like watching a dance, really. His quick reflexes and cool-headedness save him from disaster, showing just how skilled he is. Can you imagine the adrenaline rush? That's the thrill of skiing. A hiker finds himself in a real pickle, trapped on this narrow ledge with the tide rising fast, like a scene straight out of a thriller movie. Can you imagine the panic? With time slipping away, he makes a mad dash along the shoreline, dodging rocks and splashes of water, his heart racing like crazy. Just as the waves start creeping up behind him, he spots a higher ground. He leaps for it, barely making it as the tide crashes down, soaking him to the bone. But hey, at least he's safe. What a wild escape, right? A bull takes a tumble while charging a matador during a traditional Spanish bullfight, and let me tell you, it's quite a sight. The bull stumbles, losing its balance and crashing to the ground with a thud that echoes through the arena. But here's the kicker. Even after that fall, this fierce creature doesn't back down. It springs back up, defiantly charging at the matador, who's just so cool under pressure, skillfully dodging each attack. The crowd is absolutely on the edge of their seats, feeling the adrenaline and excitement as the fight continues. It's like a dance of strength and agility, where every move counts, and you can't help but be drawn into the drama unfolding before you. As a family of mountain goats ventures across a narrow ledge, a clumsy tourist stumbles and inadvertently kicks a rock, sending it hurtling toward the unsuspecting goats. The rock strikes one of the goats, sending it plummeting over the edge. Despite the fall, the goat miraculously survives, landing on a patch of soft grass. Relieved cries echo through the canyon as the family reunites, shaken but whole. Out of nowhere, a hawk swoops down, and in a blink, it snatches a fish right from the water's surface. With its sharp talons out, this incredible bird is just showing off nature's wild skills. Seriously, it's like watching an action movie come to life. Can you believe it? It's so thrilling to see how these majestic creatures hunt. They have this amazing ability to spot their prey from high above, and then, bam, they dive down with such precision. It's a perfect example of survival in the wild, right? Just imagine being that fish, blissfully swimming along, and then, whoosh, your day takes a wild turn. Nature is truly a spectacle. A climber is tackling this sheer rock face, feeling the adrenaline rush as he goes higher and higher. Suddenly, a loose rock breaks free and collides with another climber who's also making their way up the same route. Talk about a shock. The first climber gets startled and loses his grip, sending him tumbling down the rock face. But thankfully, he's got that safety rope on. It catches him just in time, leaving him dangling there, heart racing, until help can come and rescue him. It's a wild reminder of how unpredictable climbing can be, right? A herd of fluffy sheep is just chilling and munching away on the lush green hillside, totally in their element, right? Suddenly, out of nowhere, a huge rock tumbles down from the cliff above, crashing into the unsuspecting flock. Can you imagine the chaos? A few sheep get hurt, and it really drives home how unpredictable life can be in the wild. It's a stark reminder that nature is both beautiful and wild, and you never know what might happen next. One minute you're enjoying a sunny day, and the next, you're dodging falling rocks. Life out there is definitely an adventure, full of surprises. A daring hiker, totally pumped for adventure, starts scaling this steep cliff face, feeling on top of the world. Suddenly, the rock beneath his foot gives way, and he's like, "Oh no!" He plummets down, heart racing, but just before he hits the ground, he manages to grab onto a ledge. There he is, hanging on for dear life, adrenaline pumping, waiting for help to arrive. Can you imagine the mix of fear and excitement? It's a wild ride, right? A snowmobile zooms across a frozen lake, and it feels like the ultimate thrill ride, right? The wind is whipping through your hair, and the adrenaline is pumping. But then, out of nowhere, it crashes through the ice and splashes into the freezing water below. The rider pops up totally shaken but okay, leaving everyone watching in shock. Can you imagine that heart-stopping moment? Friends are gasping, and you can practically feel the chill in the air. It's wild how quickly things can go from exhilarating to terrifying, isn't it? Just goes to show 1 minute you're flying high and the next you're in a freezing plunge. Which of these jaw-dropping animal cliff falls totally blew your mind? Seriously, I want to hear all about it. Was it that daring eagle swooping down, or maybe that brave little goat scaling the steep rocks? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this wild ride, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more heart-pounding adventures. Thanks for tuning in, and we can't wait to catch you next time for even more thrilling wildlife encounters.